What's up, everyone? Welcome to Heroes Avenue. My name is Jared, and today we're going to be talking about this James Gunn story that got released yesterday. So basically, James Gunn, he came out and finally broke silence on this whole situation with him being fired and him working on Suicide Squad and how he feels about everything and what was going through his mind. And it's a really long article. It was written on Deadline, and yeah, it's a really long article. I'm gonna put the article in the link below, but definitely check it out and read it. It's a nice little read on his perspective on things, and basically he's a really apologetic person, and he really feels bad on what happened, and because of his dark past, and he recognizes what he's done, and he's recognizing his wrongs, and he knew at some point in his life, even though he's working on becoming a good person again, or a good person and just changing, he knew someday that this would come up. And it came up at the worst possible time, where his career was on high and he was on fire, and so this definitely made him feel low and broken. And yeah, he says in this interview that, in this read, that he doesn't blame anyone for feeling the way they feel, and doesn't blame people for hating him, linking, like putting out links about him, making these photos, like photoshopping his faces on certain things. He doesn't feel bad. I mean, doesn't blame people for doing that, just because he knows what he did. And yeah, he totally is accountable for all the actions that had been taken. So let me just read you this nice little paragraph of what he said about what happened. So he says this: "I don't blame anyone. I feel I have felt bad for a while about some of the ways I spoke publicly, some of the jokes I made, some of the targets of my humor, just the unintentional consequences of not being more compassionate in what I'm putting out there. I know that people have been hurt by things that I've said, and that's still my responsibility, and that I wasn't as compassionate as I should be in what I say. I feel bad for that and take full responsibility. Disney totally had the right to fire me. This wasn't a free speech issue. I said something they didn't like, and they completely had the right to fire me. There was never an argument of that. That first day, meaning the first day that after he got fired, I'm going to say it was the most intense of my entire life. There have been other difficult days in my life, from the time I got sober when I was younger to the death of my friends who committed suicide, but this was incredibly intense. It happened and suddenly it seemed like everything was gone. I just knew in the moment that happened incredibly quick. I had been fired. I felt as if my career was over." So this guy is so apologetic, and I'm surprised. I'm still surprised that Disney got him back, honestly. Especially those nasty tweets. Those, I don't agree with his tweets at all. I mean, the thought of it before I even read it, I was like, yeah, it's probably not that bad. But they were really bad, and I was kind of judging him too. But as long as he wasn't, convicted of anything, I totally support this guy. Trying to make himself feel better, because I mean, we're all human, right? We've all done things really wrong to people, to, where we hurt our families, we hurt our friends, girlfriends, exes, we've all done it. I've done it. And the only way to get better is to recognize, be accountable, and find ways to grow from it, and try to make amends with it, and kind of just, move on. And so, I know with the public, with this whole social media of it, people have a tendency, at least social media have a tendency to just judge people from different parts of their lives and think as if people don't have the capacity to change. And so I think that's something that's wrong with social media, but at the same time, that's what social media comes with, right? It hyper targets one certain thing. So I totally commend him, trying to be a good person, because I feel like I've grown in the last couple years, especially throughout my 20s, and so I truly commend him for being where he's at now and having a different mindset. And so throughout this article, it's a really good article. If you guys should definitely check it out. But he talked about Suicide Squad and how much he's put into it. So this is what he said: "The Suicide Squad, it just instantly started flowing. I don't think I've had as much fun writing a script since maybe Dawn of the Dead. That's what this whole movie has been like." And I love this quote, just because this pretty much shows that the Suicide Squad is like his redemption movie. This is his his first big break again, as in trying to make it big and trying to make a name for himself, just like how he wrote Dawn of the Dead, right? Because that movie was a huge hit and instant classic. And so I have a feeling that Suicide Squad is gonna be huge. I think it's gonna be as big or maybe bigger than Guardians, and I truly love that. And within this quote, he talks about, or within this article, he talks about how he tends to put himself in his characters, and he talks about how Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy is him. And so I have a feeling that he's gonna put little bits of his personality in the Suicide Squad and make it feel more realistic, gonna make it feel more human. And I have a feeling there's gonna be a really good message throughout the movie, a really good theme throughout the movie, and I'm excited to see Suicide Squad even more, just because of what he's been through. You know, this guy pretty much lost his career, and then Warner Brothers gave him a chance, and this is his chance to not let them down, not let the public down, not let his family down, not let, and even bring back the haters, right? And so pretty much make amends with everyone and just say, here's my art, here's my work. I'm still a great writer, I'm still a great director. Here's my message, and yeah, forgive me. So I love this, and I truly support him in coming back. And so I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you guys feel like James Gunn deserves to be back? Do you guys think people like him are able to grow? Let me know in the comments below. And are you guys excited for this Suicide Squad movie now that you know what his mindset is and how he feels about the Suicide Squad and everything? So let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys again. Bye.